Hello, this is a short video for parents to introduce them to the online resources that Fallowroom provides for GCSE students. So this is the school website, and if you click on the menu bar in the middle where it says Information for Students, the first link is the GCSE Hub. If you click on that, you're taken to the area of the school website that is dedicated to students, primarily for Year 11s in the last 6 months or so of their course as they're preparing explicitly for their exams, but useful for all students from the start of Year 10. So if you take a look at the general information page, you'll find some things that might be useful all the way through the course. So for instance, at the beginning, there's some study guides about how to self-motivate and study on your own in an undirected way. And there's also some tips there to avoid stress. Closer to the mock exams in Year 11, there's timetables and seating plans. And then in the summertime, the same will be replicated for the real exam timetables as well. However, for the tail end of Year 11, the main area of the GCSE Hub are the courses. And these are microsites for each subject, primarily aimed at revising. So if we take a look at one of them, they're all the same. This is the physics one. You'll see one of the tabs shows you the exam dates and how each paper is split up across the modules of the course. There's also links there to the AQA or OCR or EdXL websites where you can get information directly from them. The online tab gives links to online learning platforms, and I'll come back and talk more about those in a minute. On this tab, we have a selected set of slimmed down resources, kind of cherry-picked by teachers for being the most useful ones that have been provided over the 2-year course that can be used for very efficient revision at the end of the course. The knowledge organisers are available here as well. If there are any videos that students could revise from, they're on this tab. And then if there are any extracurricular revision sessions, we've placed them here. The Boost 5 and Boost 9 tabs at the end are under development and aren't in place for all subjects at the time that I'm making this video. But for the subjects that have got them, you'll find a kind of slimmed down to-do list of how to revise. And this is for students who are perhaps unsure of how to revise themselves or are in a hurry and need to revise a lot in a very short amount of time. Maybe students that have missed some work and need to catch up. So the style of it is very much do this, now do this, now do this. So you can see one here for the physics. There's watch a couple of videos, read the knowledge organizer, try to memorize it, check off your understanding against a revision checklist, and then try some past exam paper questions. The tabs are called Boost 5 and Boost 9. The Boost 5 is aimed at students who are currently on grades 1, 2, 3, and they're aiming to boost up towards grade 4 or possibly even grade 5. The Boost 9 tab follows a similar format but with different links, and this is for the students who are currently on 5, 6, 7, and they're pushing up to a secure 7, moving on to 8 or even a grade 9. On all of these Boost tabs, there is far more revision than the students could ever hope to get through in the time that they have, and so the information provided isn't intended to be a list that you start at the top and work through to the bottom. You would just target the areas that you feel most unsure about or weakest about, and maybe just do 1 or 2 boosts for each subject. Okay, so I mentioned on the online tab that there are some online learning platforms that students can use. These are all summarized in one place as well, again on the Information for Students tab, Online Learning. And these are the websites that different subjects use across the school, and they will have been pushing students towards these websites all the way through the course, so students should already be familiar with them. But if for any reason they're not, they can click on any of these tiles and it will take them to a page that looks a little bit like this one, which tells them how they can access it, which subjects it's for, how they're supposed to use it, and takes them to a login page as well. I'd like to spend the rest of this video just talking a little bit about GCSEPod, as it's a platform that the school has only recently adopted, and it does serve most subjects, not all, but most of them, and it is something that the students really can spend a great deal of time self-studying from if they know what they're doing. So if I just show you GCSEPod, when the students log in, when they sort out their account, they tell it which subjects they're studying. And so when they log in, their subjects are presented to them. And if they just click on the tile of the subject that they want to revise, it takes, so say physics, it takes them to a set of units that they'll have studied throughout the course. And if they pick on one of those, say energy, it takes them to small areas of the topic that they should recognize from what they've done in class. These will match things in their revision guides as well. And if they click on one of those, it takes them to a set of what GCSE Pod calls pods, which are short animated videos. So you can see from the list here for energy that they're only 2 to 4 minutes long each. This is the kind of style that they have. They're quite professionally produced, and the idea is that the student would read those, watch those videos, and then once they have done that, there are learning activities at the top that they can choose. There are about 30 or so generic ones, which are things like draw a spider diagram or write a revision summary, write some questions. These are the kind of activities that we will push towards the students at school, but maybe students would benefit from having all of these different study ideas all in one place. And then once they've watched the video and they've maybe done a learning activity to try to consolidate it a little bit, this button here that says C&C on it, this is check and challenge. And when they click on that, they're taken to some multiple choice quizzes, and they can have a go at these, and they get feedback as they do it. So if they get a question right, it tells them why it's the right answer. And if they get a question wrong, they can take a hint as to what the correct answer is. So that's the main way that students can use it. As we approach exams as well, they can also click on this button here that says My Courses, and it actually takes them to an exam paper based navigation system. So again, here's the physics, but this time broken down not by module, but by the paper, the exam that they're about to take. So if they're about to take the Physics Paper 1 exam, which they will do for their January mocks in Year 11, they can click on that, and then it gives them all of the pods that are related to that one physics paper. So it's all in one place, and again, the check and challenge are down at the bottom. So between the GCSE Hub set of downloads and information and videos and GCSE Pod, which is a very comprehensive system targeting every aspect of most of the courses that Fallabrim offers at GCSE, students should have something that they can do at home that will allow them to do self-motivated revision in any of their subjects. And so at any point that they feel that they just don't know where to start, the GCSE Hub or GCSE Pod or both are probably the answer to that question.